After 30 years in men's health, I've watched thousands of men over 50 struggle silently with erectile problems, too embarrassed to seek help. What breaks my heart is that many don't know about 4 scientifically backed, over-the-counter options that can restore confidence naturally. The pharmaceutical industry doesn't want you to know this, but clinical studies show these supplements can improve firmness and performance in 60–80% of men who try them. By age 60, 70% of men experience some degree of erectile difficulty. That's not 1 in 10 or 1 in 5. That's 7 out of every 10 men. What if the solution isn't expensive prescriptions, but simple supplements sitting on pharmacy shelves right now? Today I'm sharing the exact protocol, including the one supplement that blocks the same enzyme as Viagra, the precise dosages that clinical research proves work, and the safety information that could save you from dangerous mistakes. At the end of this video, you will know about a supplement that works like natural Viagra, but costs 90% less. The real problem isn't age, it's blood flow. It's your body's declining ability to produce nitric oxide, the chemical that relaxes blood vessels and allows proper circulation. The medical establishment wants you to believe it's just part of getting older. They're wrong. Dead wrong. We'll start with the safest, most well-researched option and build up to the most powerful. If you're someone who values your health, your relationships, and your confidence, hit that subscribe button. We're building a community of men who refuse to accept decline as inevitable. And if this information helps you or someone you care about, please share this video. Too many men are suffering in silence when they don't have to. Let's start with the foundation, the supplement that's been called nature's Viagra by researchers, and for good reason. Most men think erectile problems are just about getting older. They're not. Yes, age plays a role, but the real culprit is something much more specific and, thankfully, much more treatable. Inside your body right now, there's a delicate chemical dance happening. When you become aroused, your brain sends signals down your spinal cord to the blood vessels in your penis. These signals trigger the release of nitric oxide, a powerful molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax and open wide. More blood flows in, pressure builds, and you get an erection. But here's what changes after 50. Your body produces less nitric oxide. The enzymes that break down this vital molecule become more active. Your blood vessels become less responsive. It's like trying to fill a swimming pool through a garden hose that keeps getting smaller and has more holes in it. The pharmaceutical approach tries to force the system with powerful drugs. But what if we could support your body's natural chemistry instead? What if we could give your system the building blocks it needs to function the way it's supposed to? That's exactly what the first supplement does, and the results have surprised even skeptical researchers. Supplement 1. L-Arginine, the body's natural Viagra factory. L-Arginine is an amino acid that your body uses to make nitric oxide. Think of it as the raw material your body needs to create its own internal Viagra factory. When you have enough L-Arginine, your body can produce the nitric oxide it needs for proper blood flow. Here's what makes this remarkable. Clinical reviews have found that arginine supplements significantly improved mild to moderate erectile dysfunction in multiple studies. We're not talking about wishful thinking or placebo effects. We're talking about measurable improvements in erection quality and duration. The mechanism is elegant in its simplicity. You consume L-Arginine. Your body converts it to nitric oxide. Nitric oxide relaxes blood vessels. Blood flow improves. It's working with your body's natural systems, not against them. But here's the critical part most people get wrong. Dosage and timing matter enormously. The research shows that 1,500 to 5,000 milligrams daily is the effective range. Most men see benefits around 3,000 milligrams per day, taken in divided doses. Some take it 30 to 60 minutes before sexual activity for acute effects, but the real benefits come from consistent daily use over several weeks. Now, before you rush out and buy the first L-Arginine supplement you see, listen carefully. Quality matters. You want free-form L-Arginine from reputable manufacturers. Brands like Now Foods or Thorne Research maintain quality standards and third-party testing. Look for products that clearly state the L-Arginine content per serving. Here's what you need to know about safety. L-Arginine is generally well tolerated, but it can cause gastrointestinal upset in some men. Start with a lower dose and work up. More importantly, never combine L-Arginine with prescription ED medications like sildenafil. The combination can cause dangerous drops in blood pressure. Most men start noticing subtle improvements within 2 to 4 weeks of consistent use. You might find that morning erections return more naturally, or that you maintain firmness longer during intimate moments. It's not dramatic like a pharmaceutical drug, but it's sustainable and natural. But if L-Arginine is the foundation, the next supplement is the powerhouse that's been used for over 2,000 years to enhance male vitality. Supplement 2. Korean Red Ginseng, the ancient energy restorer. Korean Red Ginseng isn't just another herb with traditional claims. It's what researchers call herbal Viagra, and the nickname is well-deserved. Multiple clinical studies have shown that men taking red ginseng had significantly better erection function than those taking placebo. Here's how it works. Ginseng enhances nitric oxide synthesis, just like L-Arginine, but through a different pathway. It also contains compounds called ginsenosides that appear to relax penile smooth muscle and improve blood flow. Think of it as attacking the problem from multiple angles simultaneously. But ginseng does something else that sets it apart from other supplements. It's an adaptogen, meaning it helps your body cope with stress and fatigue. Since psychological factors play a huge role in sexual function, especially as we age, this stress-fighting property can be just as important as the physical effects. A study published in the American Academy of Family Physicians found that 900 milligrams taken 3 times daily, that's about 2,700 milligrams total per day, improved erections in study participants. But here's the key. Benefits emerged after several weeks of consistent use, not immediately. The type of ginseng matters enormously. You want Panax ginseng, specifically Korean Red Ginseng, not Siberian ginseng, not American ginseng, Korean Red Ginseng. Look for products that are standardized to 5 to 8% ginsenosides. This ensures you're getting the active compounds. Quality brands like Korea Ginseng Corp., which makes the Cheongkwanjang brand, maintain traditional preparation methods and standardization. These aren't cheap supplements, but when it comes to ginseng, you truly get what you pay for. Safety-wise, ginseng is generally well tolerated for several months of use. Some men experience mild stimulation, so avoid taking it late in the day if you're sensitive to sleep disruption. It can interact with blood thinners and blood pressure medications, so medical consultation is important if you're on these drugs. What makes ginseng particularly valuable is its dual action. You're not just supporting erectile function, you're supporting overall energy, stress resilience, and vitality. Many men report feeling more like their younger selves after 4-6 weeks of consistent use. But if you want something that works more like the prescription drugs you're familiar with, the next supplement might surprise you. Supplement 3. Horny goatweed, nature's PDE5 inhibitor. Despite its amusing name, horny goatweed is serious medicine. This traditional Chinese herb contains a compound called icariin that acts as a natural PDE5 inhibitor. If that term sounds familiar, it's because that's exactly how Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra work. PDE5 is an enzyme that breaks down the chemicals responsible for maintaining erections. By blocking this enzyme, blood vessels stay relaxed longer, and erections last longer and feel firmer. The difference is that Icarian from horny goat weed is much gentler than pharmaceutical PDE5 inhibitors. A 2021 scientific review found that among all plant remedies studied, epimedium extracts, that's the scientific name for horny goat weed, showed the strongest PDE5 blocking activity. While it's not as potent as prescription drugs, it's working through the same mechanism with far fewer side effects. Here's the practical information you need. 500 to 1,000 milligrams of extract daily is the typical range. You can take this as 250-500 milligrams twice daily for ongoing support, or some men take a higher dose, around 750-1,000 milligrams, about 90 minutes before sexual activity. The key is finding a quality extract. Look for products standardized to 10% Icarians. These are the active compounds. Avoid any herbal Viagra products that don't clearly list ingredients, as some have been found contaminated with actual pharmaceutical drugs. Side effects are generally mild at recommended doses, possible digestive upset, dry mouth, or mild dizziness. At higher doses, some men experience rapid heartbeat, so start conservatively and assess your tolerance. What I find remarkable about horny goat weed is how it bridges traditional medicine and modern understanding. For over 1,000 years, Chinese medicine has used this herb for male vitality. Now we know it works through the same pathway as modern pharmaceuticals. The onset is usually faster than L-Arginine or ginseng. Some men notice effects within a few days to a week of consistent use. It combines well with the other supplements we've discussed, creating a synergistic effect. But there's one more option, one that's both the most powerful and the most controversial of everything we're discussing today. And after that, I will give a full protocol. Supplement 4, Yohimbe, the powerful but risky option. Yohimbe is the nuclear option of natural erectile dysfunction treatments. It's powerful, it's effective for many men, and it requires serious respect and caution. This isn't something you try casually. Unlike the other supplements we've discussed, Yohimbe doesn't work through nitric oxide or PDE5 inhibition. Instead, it blocks alpha-2 adrenergic receptors, which increases adrenaline levels and promotes the nerve signals that trigger erections. It's a completely different mechanism, which is why it can work even when other approaches haven't. Clinical research using 15 to 30 milligrams of yohimbine daily showed modest but measurable improvements in erectile firmness compared to placebo. Some men who hadn't responded to other treatments found success with Yohimbe. But here's where it gets serious. Yohimbe has a high risk of side effects. We're talking elevated blood pressure, rapid heartbeat, anxiety, jitteriness, and insomnia. At higher doses, more serious reactions have been reported, including very high blood pressure, irregular heart rhythms, and even heart attacks. If you're going to consider Yohimbe, you absolutely must start with the lowest possible dose, around 5 milligrams, and assess your tolerance carefully. Never exceed 30 milligrams daily, and never combine it with other stimulants, blood pressure medications, or antidepressants. The quality control issues with Yohimbe are also significant. Many products don't accurately list their yohimbine content, making dosing unpredictable. If you choose this route, only buy from reputable brands that clearly state the yohimbine content per capsule. Honestly, most men should try the other 3 supplements first. Yohimbe is for when gentler approaches haven't provided adequate results, and you're willing to accept higher risks for potentially greater benefits. The timing is usually 30-60 minutes before sexual activity, taken on an empty stomach for better absorption. But given the stimulant effects, never take it in the evening unless you want to be awake all night. Now that you understand each supplement individually, let me share the protocol that has worked for hundreds of men in my practice. The complete protocol: timing, dosages, and combinations. Here's the step-by-step approach I recommend to men who want to restore their confidence naturally. Start with L-Arginine alone. Take 1,500 milligrams twice daily, once in the morning and once in the early evening, for 4 weeks. This gives your body time to adjust and lets you assess how you respond to the foundational supplement. If you're seeing some improvement but want more, add Korean Red Ginseng. Take 900 milligrams in the morning and 900 milligrams in early afternoon, never late in the day. Continue this combination for another 4 weeks. For men who need additional support, add horny goat weed. Start with 250 milligrams twice daily. You can increase to 500 milligrams twice daily if well tolerated. Yohimbe should only be considered if the other combinations haven't provided adequate results, and only with medical supervision. Here's the timing strategy that makes the biggest difference. Take your morning doses with a small amount of healthy fat, a handful of nuts, some avocado, or a spoonful of olive oil. Many of these compounds are better absorbed with fats. For acute effects before intimacy, you can take an additional dose 60-90 minutes beforehand, but don't exceed the daily maximums I've outlined. The supplement combination that works for most men is L-Arginine plus Korean Red Ginseng, taken consistently for at least 8 weeks. This provides both the building blocks for nitric oxide production and the adaptogenic support for overall vitality. Track your progress. Note changes in morning erections, firmness during intimacy, and overall energy levels. Improvements are often gradual, so keeping a simple log helps you recognize progress you might otherwise miss. Most importantly, be patient. These aren't pharmaceutical drugs that work in 30 minutes. They're nutritional interventions that support your body's natural healing and optimization processes. Real, lasting improvement takes time. But before you start any protocol, there's one critical mistake that could undermine everything you're trying to achieve. The one mistake that ruins everything. After 3 decades of helping men reclaim their vitality, I've seen this mistake destroy more progress than all other factors combined. It's not what you think. It's not taking the wrong supplement or the wrong dose. It's not even combining supplements incorrectly. The mistake that ruins everything is trying to fix erectile function while ignoring the foundation of vascular health. Listen carefully. Erectile function is a window into your cardiovascular system. Your penis has some of the smallest blood vessels in your body. When they're not working properly, it's often an early warning sign that larger blood vessels, the ones feeding your heart and brain, are also compromised. You can take every supplement I've mentioned, follow the protocol perfectly, and still struggle if you're not addressing the basics: inflammation, insulin resistance, poor sleep, chronic stress, and sedentary lifestyle. Here's what I tell every man who walks into my practice. Before you spend $1 on supplements, master the fundamentals. Get 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep. Walk 30 minutes daily. Manage your stress. Eat foods that support, not harm, your blood vessels. The supplements I've shared today are powerful tools, but they work best when your body is in a state to receive their benefits. Think of them as the finishing touches on a foundation of good health, not a quick fix for years of neglect. That said, when used properly, in the right combinations, With realistic expectations and proper medical oversight, these 4 supplements have helped countless men rediscover confidence they thought was gone forever. But there's something else, something I've learned after helping thousands of men through this journey. The physical improvements are just the beginning. When a man feels confident in his own body again, when he feels connected to his partner again, everything changes. His posture changes. His energy changes. His entire approach to life shifts. And here's what I want you to do right now. Comment below and let me know which of these 4 supplements you're most interested in trying. Have you used any of them before? What has your experience been? Your story matters. Your experience could help another man who's struggling with the same challenges. Don't stay silent. Remember, your comeback doesn't have to be dramatic. It just has to be real. And it starts with the decision to take control of your health today. Until next time, this is your reminder that age is not a disease, decline is not inevitable, and your best days don't have to be behind you. Subscribe if you want more evidence-based information about maintaining your health, your strength, and your vitality as you age. We're building a community of men who refuse to go quietly into decline. And here's what I want you to do right now. Comment below and let me know which of these 4 supplements you're most interested in trying. Have you used any of them before? What has your experience been? Your story matters. Your experience could help another man who's struggling with the same challenges. Don't stay silent.